If you've taken photos with a macro lens, I'm pretty sure you've taken photos that look like this. The whole thing's not in focus and there's too much blur. Way too much blur, even if you're shooting at an aperture as high as f/22. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to take photos that look sharp like this, so your subject is in focus all the way through. And it's gonna take a little bit of magic. Hi, my name is Sean Misa, and welcome to my channel, MisaHungry, where on this channel, I teach you all of my favorite tips and tricks on how to improve your food and product photography. So if you're new to this channel, be sure you're subscribed with that notification bell turned on so you can be notified when I upload new videos. If you've ever taken photos with a macro lens, you might have realized how difficult it is to actually get everything in focus, especially if it's up close. I mean, your photos could look something like this or this. In this video, I'm going to show you a technique called focus stacking, which blends multiple images taken at different focal points, so that way you can blend them all together and get a sharp image all the way through. You can do all this by adjusting the focus ring on your camera or on your lens, but to make things a little bit easier, I'm actually going to tether my camera to my laptop. If you're curious about how I tether and all the gear that I use, be sure you're subscribed, because in the next video, I'm going to teach you all about tethering. So a really good thing that you'll need for focus stacking is a good and steady tripod, because you don't want your camera to move just like a little, even a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to make your photo editing that much more difficult. The first thing we'll need to do is set the focus on the closest part towards you and take a photo. Next, we'll move the focus point just a tad further, and we'll keep repeating this until the whole subject is in focus. Now, after we've done our tweaks to get the right colors in Lightroom, we're gonna go ahead and bring it into Photoshop. So now we're gonna select all the photos. We'll go ahead and right click, we'll do edit and open in Photoshop as layers. So now that we have these loaded in Photoshop, I have all the 9 layers here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select them all, go up to edit on the top right here. Then I'm going to go down to auto align layers. And then we're just going to make sure that this is under auto, which is fine. Just press OK. And what this does, it makes sure that all of the items are aligned, just in case there's just a slight movement by focusing, or maybe you tap the tripod just a little bit. It just helps make sure everything's aligned. Now that we have everything aligned, we're gonna go up to edit again, and then we're gonna go to this layer that says auto blend. So we'll click that, and then we're gonna go under stack images, and we'll just go ahead and press OK after that. And now we'll let Photoshop do its magic. There we go, check that out. Now the whole cookie, if I zoom in this cookie, whoops. Look at that cookie, it's all in focus from up top here, all the way to the back there, and even part of this cookie. Or the cookie dough, I mean. Everything is tack sharp. Okay, so if you see, oops. So if you see what it did on the side here, is what Photoshop did, it created a whole bunch of masks for each layer. Basically what it did is it masked out all the parts that were sharp and kind of blended them together. So now if I, for example, turn on each layer one by one, you see this layer was the most in focus here, so it kept that. Next, it brought up here, that, here, until eventually the whole thing was in focus. And that was actually super easy. And there we go. Photoshop did its magic and it blended them all together automatically. And created this wonderful beauty. Look. Just look at that. So good. That was super easy. I mean, I feel like I broke a sweat doing the set versus the actual editing part, because this went by pretty fast. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you know somebody who wants to learn how to do some focus stacking, be sure to share this video with them. Also, the nice thing about this one, it doesn't apply to only macro lenses. I mean, you can use this on your wide angle lens, you can use this on zoom lenses, pretty much anything where you'd want to go ahead and get that whole subject or the whole image in focus. If you decide to go ahead and try this out, be sure to tag me on Instagram. And on the next video, I will be talking all about tethering and the tools that I use. So be sure you're subscribed with that notification bell turned on so you can be notified when that video goes live. I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay curious.